Alright, what's up, guys? I'm Mipple. My lens cover is shut, so I am trying to find my microphone stand for this thing, and I'm getting spam with notifications from there right now. So if you couldn't tell that again, we are doing a vlog video. And as soon as I can find my microphone stand. Okay, so I am just going to go with, and I have the microphone here, but I can't find the stand. So, yeah, kind of wasted daylight here. Oh well, I'm just gonna go with what I have. Grab my headphones. I'll be quiet. Stupid Brave ads. The Brave browser is amazing for some things, but there's some things and it's just a pile of junk. For example, it's ads program, which doesn't exist for Google. My mouse is in my pocket. Oops, what did I just do? It's not picking up my headphones. Wait a minute. No, it is not down there, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and boost my light. So now you can see me a lot better. And for once my video is actually working correctly. Normally it would like lag behind and stuff. This time it's like super quick. All right, so like, So again, today we're playing Roblox. So I'm going to go ahead and get in. What is this? Okay, so Nook 3726, Talgayu, Teblasnate. So those are the people that are online. How long's it been since Flash? So, what is going on? I cannot find him. That is not him. One, two, four, three, five, six. Okay, it's one. He has a really weird name. Okay, so that my friend, Flyer on Roblox, has not been active for the past 3 weeks, almost a month. So I'm gonna go ahead and they've changed the pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this. And let's see what time it is. It's 6:22 p.m. Has to update. I'm gonna play this like once every week. Yeah, or less. Sometimes it's once every 2 weeks. So we are recording, yes. It is working. Now, where did I put that pair of headphones that I used last week? I've cleaned my desk since then, so I have no clue, like no flying clue where I put things. And I'm making these weird vocal noises. I swear I put it in between the pen and the Never mind. Alright, so I am. Oh, for once it actually loads on the start screen, which is very nice. Sound. Let's do Roblox. Share. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on focus assist, alarms only, so that I'm not going to get any junk notifications while I'm playing Roblox. So, as I didn't really focus on seaplanes much last time, I'm not going to this time. I mean, I might spawn in a seaplane here and there, but all I'm going to do is just play for fun. So yeah, here you can see all of the airports and stuff. This is actually on Greater Rockford Island. It's where most new pilots would spawn in at. Obviously, it's where you learn to fly. So I'm trying to find. Okay, so what I guess I'm gonna do this time is get a P-38 Lightning. What is it? P-38 Mustang. It's either the Lightning or the Mustang. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get an old military propeller plane and then land at GR. The new something else. So old military. So here you can see all of the different ones. I have no idea how to fix thingies. So you've got like the FOU Corsair A6M0 MiG-15. So it's the P-51 Mustang and the P-38 Lightning. Me and my dad were having a discussion about that earlier today. So this is it's a group access plane, 2-engined. That is, some of you might have heard of the Red Baron. That's the plane he used to fly, the Fokker DR-1, F-O-K-K-E-R. Do not mistake that. Right, this plane can get a bit confusing. I am using my speakers today. I actually have a plug-in. So why use my computer speakers? You can see one pilot, 2 engines, weird wing back here. Now you normally wouldn't see one of these things taken off from the carrier, but it could be done. And okay. I mean, these normally really don't take off from the carrier, given the fact that they're old. I mean, you will see some of these for like air shows and stuff, but hardly ever will you see one used in battle. Now, one thing everyone wishes they would add is flaps, slats, and spoilers, but of course, it's just like it's nearly impossible to be added in game or whatever. And anytime someone mentions the word flap, slat, or spoiler in the Discord chat, the Discord bot is going to respond with, due to the fact of PTFS physics, adding flaps, slats, and spoilers would be nearly impossible to implement. Something along the lines of that. Alright, so we are here. Always clear. So yeah, here you can see it is a 2-engine prop plane. My character physics are a bit off here. You wouldn't see that. That's gonna take off. This is the takeoff ramp. It is up. So I think you would see these more used for firefighting purposes. And I think now than war. So got a top cruising speed of 170-ish miles per hour. I have no. What is the speed? I have no idea what the measurement of speed is in this game. it's either kilometers per hour, miles per hour, or something other, something else. I have to ask on the Discord server. It is just like speed 185. So what's the actual speed? You know, all you know is 185. Okay, so we are. That is bold to go through. Hilariously hard to land. Super hard. Very hard. I've tried it. The only thing I've managed to land there was a DHC 6 twin otter, and I barely managed. I was at like a half. Okay, I'm gonna have to beat this dude to the runway. Here. Video. Alrighty. We're gonna land you right behind me. And then push back. Nice. That was surprisingly gentle, actually. Ooh. That is very hard. I'm late, but still. This is one of those that you cannot take off at 10% throttle, which I very much like. So we are cleared to go ahead. Look at that. I beat that dude to the runway, like, just in time. He's way over there. Sometimes I see an opportunity like, while you would never ever do that in real life, you can do it in here. So while I saw the opportunity that the guy was going to take a bit of time to land, he was coming in on his glide slope. I was a bit too steep to land, but I can do it anyways. Just take a later landing than landing straight on the top of the runway. So, yeah. That's something that I will do occasionally if I'm, like if I'm about, if my, so my dad has this thing called Circle, the Wi-Fi blocker, and it's okay, that's that same guy. Must have just reset. Okay, so I can still hear that thing. So let's see. So let's see. Let's do it. No, not so I'm going to try to land the Concorde at Perth. So let's see how this goes down. And I'm going to try to butter it too. Land on the front of the runway, beginning of the runway, and not crash into the red barrier. And we're going to spawn in a British Airways Concorde. I really wish they kept Concorde going. It's supersonic, yet it can only push back at a speed of 5. So you may have noticed this thing right here. That's a bumper wheel. Because most of the time the Concordes have to land at a very steep angle. That's what that is. It's so that it's not going to do a tail strike while landing and taking off to ensure that the plane's not going to get damaged. So that bumper wheel is just there to make sure nothing's going to happen to the plane while taking off or landing. I mean, it is possible to land at a very shallow angle. I mean, if you watched Wes Play's video of Concorde landing condition, I think, yeah, they hardly use that bumper wheel. Although some of them do stall onto their landing gear. Funny, actually. Right. Like watching a plane stall onto their view, stall onto their front gear, is really funny, actually. Seriously, really funny. Because it's just like, the landing is super smooth, then thud, just falls. What? No. How? 1% of throttle can put this thing at 7 speed. I swear, when I'm talking about speed in this game, it's always like 7 speed, not 7 miles an hour, kilometers. No, kilometers an hour. Alright, so Play. Gladly. Now you would never usually never take off on short Concorde. Oh gosh, yeah. So as you can see, the gear is now up. Now this is a very fast. So this is what it looks like in cab. So you may have noticed that is tribute to Annoying Orange. To the creator of the game, it's Orange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's why that's in there. So we use both the sun there. So yeah, you can see that there's not a lot of seats in this. There used to be. So a couple of months ago, there was like a full plane full of seats in this. I thought 6 or 20. For example, the DHC 6 Twin Auto can seat about 20 people. That's probably about 10. Most of the passenger aircraft actually have seats in them. Over. That was a bit close. So, oh wait. So let's see if we can land this thing. I'll go ahead and get it down to an acceptable speed here. Can't land the thing at 500 miles an hour. That's kilometers an hour, actually. Speed is still slowing down at a fairly acceptable rate. Okay. The one thing that I did not do last time, use pushback, and I didn't go around this way. I'd always tried to land on the short one, which is I've made a shoot off the end, or it caused me to have to do a go. This thing can sustain flight at 20% drop. So 100, like anywhere in the 100, like 130 range, is a safe landing speed. So if I wanted a real challenge, I could actually try to land this thing at low flow, which is right there, right there. There, so yeah, right there. So you can see it. So we are beginning our descent a bit early. Hold up a bit. Sharkinator. Trembler Sharkinator, okay? Yeah, you can tell, like, people who have never played this game, it's either a dash or a trainee pilot. It's most likely a dash. Dash. Alright, so we are beginning our descent for the final path. Alright.
1,500 above.
So that's the call of how close you are to the ground, 100 above. Why does it look like I'm in a stall? U is down. Going down further. I'm gonna be in a stall soon.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
I landed early. I mean, I'm gonna need to use pushback. Look at that, didn't even need to use pushback when I got out of the runway. Never been able to land this thing. And I just did. Hey, it's me, Ryan. That's some of the things you'll see in PTFS chat. Yeah. Having the shift key, which you can call sticky keys to activate if you're on Windows, or just like capital H, lowercase e, capital Y, lowercase I, capital T, lowercase s, capital M, capital lowercase e, capital Y, lowercase y, capital A, and lowercase n. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? What's that weird language? Like, I just along with something. So, wait, what is this? So, just align this thing perfectly. Now, see? Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a run and jump parkour here. Look at that. I actually align this thing perfectly. I've never been able to do. Alright, so that's gonna block the menus. So yeah, so I don't usually focus on the Q400. It's a light, not quite. It's a turboprop, and it's got quite a lot of skins. So Air Canada, why not? If you've seen the PTFS movie, that was a stall. Turbulence was released a couple of days ago by West Plays. It takes place at, I think, okay. Little Rockford Airport, and it's all Air Canada. Like, not one is not Air Canada. It's just like Air Canada, Air Canada, Air Canada. Like, every TFCG bot. Yeah, that sounds suspicious. So we're going to land this thing at Lukla. This thing is what I can actually land at Lukla. It's a small light aircraft. Now, when you're in the view like this, it's actually going pretty fast. See? That's how fast it's going. Provided I could just do this. That's what I do most of the time. I don't want about pushing back. I mean, it's the realistic thing to do. You wouldn't really see someone doing this. So, Luca, why is there so many people named Bot? Like Luca Bot. So this thing's actually quite easy to fly. Really, it's not quite the slowest plane, but then again, it's not a Concorde. No propeller plane could ever fly fast. So that is the tower there, which I own the pass for. Actually, a pretty dull job to film while doing the tower. It's just like, Canada 4200, clear to take off. That's my call sign there, but yeah. So let me just stop this thing. You may notice that this is a bit low to the ground. That's a very good observation. No air stairs can hook up to this. Way too low. This has its own staircase. In the Learjet or something else, one of those small private business jets in real life, they just have this staircase that folds down and out. How they work. Well, this one works too. And at St. Bartholomew, the small airport, one of the only planes, only airliners that can actually land on its runway. So I'm probably gonna skip Lukla, land at St. B, refuel, head to go to left. Good plan. No plan. So I am accelerating down the runway. I'm gonna see if I can reach my top speed before I even get off the runway. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip St. B. So it is time to do takeoff roll. I'm gonna go into advanced mode. This thing it's a good plane, but it's got very slow responding controls. Why it's good for Linux pilots. I mean, some new pilots can fly it, but it's my toe. Like, what? So, I mean, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy, and I mean, you can go into advanced mode. It's something you should never try to do with one of these things. I'm not gonna idea anyway. Go inverted in one of these things. Has to be one. So here you can see it is a it needs to be here. So most pilots, all pilots, have gear that fits their job. So for example, mine would be pilots. What is up with my arms? I notice this every time I play this game. My arms are like, they would never be like that. But of course, because of the fact this game has tiny controls, that's why. The throttle doesn't even, the throttle inside doesn't even work. So, yeah. So this is obviously faster than some passenger planes. Not much turboprop. They're mostly jetliners. That's a given fact. And there's the DHC-6. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I have some idea. So, now what I actually have done with one of these things, I have successfully landed it on the QE, the aircraft carrier. Surprisingly hard to do. And now we wait. Yeah. Let's forget about this. Okay, so we're here. I just saved myself probably 5 minutes of editing because of this thing. And I have my song on there. Slap it in there. It's that easy. I'm not joking. It's that easy. So we're going to be... Okay, so... where's that? Oh, we are lining up. We're trying to line up for the runway. Thankfully, there is no one flying whose name is I Eat Snakes for Lunch. Click Master 56. You should be playing Jailbreak, not PTFS. That's just my opinion. Pushing back. You know what? I'm just gonna go around. Go around means the pilot deems it conditions unsafe for the proper landing, so he just calls off for landing. So that's what I'm going to attempt. Oh gosh, my plane's a bit too big. My plane is way too big. Way too big. No, it's not. You are kidding me. This happened in Turbulence. The Roblox movie is just like the plane he lands, is trying to stop. He chews up the whole runway, Greater Rockford, and is just like barreling down the areas, and then all of a sudden he stops like this far from the end of the thing into the grass. That's very similar. I'm gonna go refuel, and then I'm gonna take off again. Yeah, it's a very good plane, but very hard to land at small airports. So, wait, isn't I think the ATR 72 might be in here. I don't know. Probably not. So, I am going to... Okay, so can't add flaps, slats, and spoilers to this thing. They really should at least add brakes. Like, it's quite hard to just plug them at all that. I mean, it would not be impossible to implement brakes. It would be quite easy. What's that? It's doing quick. Okay. It was. Sounded like a mail notification. I'm going to go ahead and reduce my speed. Still recording. So that came from that Bluetooth speaker. It couldn't have been my computer. That line. So you can see people over here doing very low and fast. Just never do. So at one point in time, this is a really funny story. When I was like 9 or something, I had actually discovered this game on accident and had started playing it. I can tell it's the same game because on the starting screen there's a picture of Sam TFE or Sammy Sage TFE with the giant yellow head, and that's the same thing you see. I'm just like, how funny is that? It's the same game I played. I mean, it's changed a whole lot. Like, this airport didn't even exist. First time I played it. It didn't even exist. Greater Rockford was a lot smaller. Aircraft carrier wasn't here. A lot of things were not here. And it was in its beta stages. Even still, it was a fun game. Just look at how far it's progressed. Look, you've never played it before, so bit of a moot point. It's talking about an Amazon link. Okay, so on the runway. So this time, now that I'm refueled, we're going to run over to GR, or go to Rockford, and then try to land. No. Doubling up. Let's see if we can do this. Luca, me invite you to diff game, okay. You can tell my plane is bouncing quite a bit. That's just PTFS physics. Beautiful. Not every day I get to do a takeoff like that, actually. Inside for crosswinds are nuts. I don't have crosswinds on, so. 3 days ago. So what just happened? So I am going to try to land. I go around the other side and land that way. It's a bit unsafe to land. Like 3/4 of the runway is gone. You would never stop. Ever. You go right into that lake there. In the lake. Only seaplanes exist. Seaplanes can be used on water for water rescues. Partially why I got the pass. And the main reason why I got the pass was so I could land on water without dying. This, if you try to land on this, yeah, that's not gonna work. I can tell you that. PFCG bomb. Okay. So, and now we wait. Okay, we are lined up. Partially. I'm gonna go ahead and level myself back out. Right. Gently, very gentle. I hit my nose gear first, which was not good. Right, reducing. So as you can see, I'm on the far end of GR Airport. Oh, because I do not care what I'm doing here. Is a thingy, Boeing 747. Oh yeah, pilot training club. So you can see pilot training club member there. So let me show you what this menu is. So if I go into the amphibious, you can see all of the seaplanes now, hopefully. So you have like the DHC, Cessna Caravan, Cessna 182, 172, Piper Cub. So ones like the Cessna Caravan and the Twin Otter are good for water rescues. And as you can see, like 6 or 20 or whatever. I mean, they're not useful for like a jet crash in the water, but they're still useful. So I'm going to take a DHC 6 Twin Otter. Oh. Yep. Good. Z. Who's flying a copter? Sule, dude. You can see the particles. So we're going to taxi to runway 27 right, aka the short runway. These things don't really need much runway to take off. I can take off in this spectrum between jetway 4 or 5 or whatever, stand 6. I can take off in that small normal space. Here live a little car crash. Okay, nice. This is a pilot game. It's a plane game, not a car game. So one of the stupidest things, no, plane crash. Is that 747 trying to take off on the short one? Move once he sees me. I'd like to see this guy like take off. So because it looks like he's backing up. There he goes. Good. He was able to do it. Nice. It's a Vulcan. No, I stand corrected. That is a good. Alright, so I'm going to show you the seaports in this section. So full throttle. And down the runway we shoot. So watch this. Does not compute, right? The reason why is because the skids, the floats, act like wheels. That's why I'm able to put my gear up and still go down the runway, take off. At any normal plane, you would never be able to do it. So if you've heard of the Catalina flying boat, there's been talk of the PTFS admins and developers adding that into the game. Whose is control? Uh-oh. Nub. Mayday, mayday. Who's saying mayday? That's the seaport. This is Waterloo Port. Seaport instead of airport. Business. There's a difference between seaport and airport. Airport is usually on land. Those are almost always next to the water. Oh. So I'm going to do something I usually don't do here. Role play. I'm going to land here and dock at these dock thingies, which are used for boarding, obviously. So the water is going nuts. So, and then I'm going to say in the chat, seaplane roleplay at Waterloo. Seaplane roleplay. What sounds good about that? So I need to put this up here. That's what happens. Okay. Seaplane key at Waterloo. Alright, so you notice I'm wearing a different shirt in a different area. I'm gonna have to end this video here. The game crashed on me, so yeah. Have a good day, subscribe, like, and comment.